Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So today's reading is not from a news article, but a question from a Patreon member asking, why is King Charles, inviting Harry and Meghan to his coronation? Why is he really inviting them? What's going on there? So I'm going to take a look at King Charles and see, is he just inviting them because this is the most important day of his life and it's his son? Or it is perhaps he's got other plans? Let's find out. I've already shuffled the cards, and today I'm going to be using the Alchemical Tarot. Very interesting deck by Robert M. Place, excuse me. And we're going to take a look. What is King Charles thinking? Is he planning something, or is he just sentimental and wants his son there? What's really going on here? Why did he invite Harry and Meghan after all they've done to him and his mother and father? Why is he still inviting them? Is it, as Lady C says, because you keep your friends close and your enemies closer? I mean, we all know Harry and Meghan consider Charles an enemy and William an enemy, but does Charles really feel that way about his son? Let's find out. I've shuffled the cards. I'm going to split the deck. Why did King Charles really invite Harry and Meghan to the coronation? All right, let's find out. King Charles, what's his attitude? The world reversed. Wow. I'm getting that King Charles is feeling like, there's been a lot of polls and everything saying how everyone wants Prince William to be, coronated king or whatever wants to. As King Charles is feeling very unpopular right now. He feels like the world's against him. He's very sensitive to public opinion and the whole thing with Fulani, Ngozi, all this orchestrated global terrorism that's been going on with our media and politics and this social activism, Antifa and whatnot. And he's really feeling the strain of it all. The globalist, the world card I see often is the globalist card. And I think that all is not going well with the global predators. I don't think they're getting along. I think that things have not worked out as they planned. And their mess and their things are turning around on them. And they know it. And he knows it. You saw the last Davos meeting in January where Klaus Schwab and Borla were both confronted and questioned heavily by media, the independent media, and they were not prepared. They're like, huh, what? I believe it was Rebel News in Canada confronted Klaus Schwab, and they were surprised that Klaus Schwab was just walking down the street. He wasn't surrounded by security. They weren't prepared for being ambushed by some unfriendly journalists. And I think Charles is feeling the same way. He's realizing the world's against him, and his global predator group is falling apart and not doing well. And I also get Knight of Staffs reversed. And I take this as being attacked in the media as well, the Knight of Wands, and things getting abusive, people getting abusive, again, the Fulani Ngozi and other things. So world reversed, Knight of Staffs reversed. So I think that King Charles is feeling like nothing's... I mean, of course, Harry and Meghan are a part of this too, right? I mean, Harry and Meghan destroying Prince William's trips to the islands and to Boston with the same abusive media that Harry and Meghan conjure up. So I'm getting that King Charles wants to try to avoid this on his coronation, because I'm asking why he invited Harry and Meghan to his coronation specifically. And I'm getting that King Charles does not want a big attacks from Meghan and Harry's connections, globalist connections, and the media and their media connections. He wants to avoid any more abuse coming around, because look what Meghan and Fulani Ngozi did when Prince William went to Boston. So you can imagine what Meghan and her BLM gang would be organizing for the coronation, right? And King Charles doesn't want that to happen, right? Because they would probably do some big, just like they did at the Queen's funeral. There were protesters, jumping in the, interrupting the parade and whatnot. So King Charles is trying to avoid that because he knows that it's a potential attack in the media, an attack on his celebration. I mean, he's not necessarily afraid of being, physically harmed or anything like that, but more being embarrassed on the world stage and having the media make it appear as if everyone was against him and his coronation, and make it appear that way in the media, because the media can twist things any way they want. And Meghan's got all kinds of commie friends. As Lady C said, the woman that the director there of ITV, who she said was pinker than pink. So, and these are all Meghan's friends who fired Piers Morgan. So, yeah, there's a lot of enemies that would love to just destroy his big day, which is his most important day, right? So waiting for all his life. And at the bottom of it all, Queen of Swords reversed. So a woman spreading lies, misinformation, attacking him, verbally attacking him. So he doesn't want to deal with that. He doesn't want to deal with this nastiness on his day. He wants there to be some peace. He wants it to be a time of coming together, and for his coronation, he doesn't want to start his coronation off with a big war, a big battle here. He wants to be able to enjoy his day, celebrate it, obviously not have it turned upside down on the world stage. So what's the basis of the situation? Four of Cups reversed. The elephant in the room here. So I have this reversed. So this shows they're trying to keep emotions under control, trying to prevent them from upsetting people too much, upsetting his day. And what from the past is affecting Charles the most? I get Temperance, Major Arcana. So I'm getting what's affecting him here is what is affecting him here? I'm getting that things, it looks like things going well in general. I don't think he's been too bothered by what Harry and Meghan have been doing. I think the public has been bothered more than King Charles. I think that, everything that Harry and Meghan really can't do much to rattle Charles. They can annoy him with their book. Harry has made a fool out of himself with his book, and Harry and Meghan did nothing make fools out of themselves with Netflix, right? So that was all supposed to be an attack on Charles, but it boomeranged, right? It's all boomeranged back onto Harry and Meghan, and now public opinion is against them. The early release of Harry's book in Spain helped quite a bit because that threw off his PR schedule, and it really helped to embarrass him and catch him off guard. Now Harry, like at Harry's last video conference call, he wouldn't take any questions or chats. So Harry and Meghan are well aware that nobody likes them, right? So that's why I'm getting a positive card here. Like, I think Temperance is like teamwork, working together. Now that could be him and William, or him and William and their team that they have, the firm or whatever. Things have been going well. They've managed to combat all the negativity of Harry and Meghan's flung at them, and they've managed to turn it around, right? Like even the Fulani Ngozi thing, they handled that very quickly with the PR, and got Fulani in there and got some nice pictures of her sitting next to Lady Hussey, all smiles, and so so far so good. So I think he feels considered with all given the situation that he's in and the nastiness he's dealing with and the negativity. Harry and Meghan have not. Harry and Meghan have only made him more of a sympathetic figure and made him look better. And Harry and Meghan have only come out looking worse. So he's feeling pretty confident that him and William have gotten a handle on things, that even though they may not know exactly from where or what angle Harry and Meghan, and of course after the Ngozi Fulani pictures were taken, right, they quickly went in and had her charity looked into, and of course she had to step down because obviously there's some criminal activities going on there. So, my opinion, why else would she have to step down, right? So, yeah. So King Charles is feeling like he's dealt with everything that they've flung at him, and it's all really worked more towards his favor, even though he's still not as popular as William is. He never will be. I mean, he never was, really. I mean, how many years is it now that everyone's been saying they want to skip Charles and go to William, and they put that in the news? But Meghan and her people love pumping that up, right? They love putting that kind of publicity out there. So I suspect that most, if not all, the people promoting that idea is like Meghan and her BLM folks. So anyways, I'm thinking, even though King Charles is still worried about the coronation. He's handled them so far, but he's concerned with whatever they're going to plan for his coronation. He doesn't want that ruined. So what's he expecting to do with Harry and Meghan? They arrive. Oh, look at that. Lady of Swords. Page of Swords reversed. So he wants to, number one, give them a piece of his mind. And also, he wants them to be under control, their media, their communications. I think that, Lady of Swords, like Page of Swords, is about communications and monitoring them. And that way, they won't be able to pull any stunts when they're on palace grounds, right? So he wants them staying on his property where they can be, their phones and computer and anything else, any kind of communications would be monitored, and they would know, they would have a heads up if Meghan decides to try to release a press release about being pregnant or something like that. Although I can't imagine she would be stupid enough to try that again, but who knows? She did that at the Queen's funeral. She tried to spread a rumor of that sort, right? So who knows what Meghan would try to pull next, right? But he wants to be able to keep on top of the communications of Harry and Meghan during his coronation to ensure that they don't turn it into some kind of spectacle or ruin his day somehow. So, yeah. So what's he worried about or not want? Knight of Cups. Yeah, so Knight of Cups. He wants to have a day of enjoyment, drinking, good cheer, people having fun, people celebrating. He wants it to be his day to be one of celebration, happiness, and to go forward. Knight is moving forward, going forward. And also, he doesn't want that ruined by Harry and Meghan. He doesn't want them trying to take attention away, of course, or attacking him somehow, or his celebration. So what is he hoping for? by bringing them there. Oh my goodness. I got the Four of Swords reversed. Four of Swords. So I'm getting that he wants to, like, the Four of Swords. This is interesting. Four of Swords. You have a person there, and I don't know if you can see in this card, but this person has white eyes, or the eyes are closed. Yeah, it's like white eyes, almost like he's in a trance, that he's possessed or something. I take this as Harry. Um, he doesn't want Harry feeling being isolated from the family now, and he's concerned about Harry's well-being and his state of mind. Harry seems to be brainwashed. Let's face it. Harry's not thinking straight. I mean, he just said in an interview that Meghan saved him, and Meghan's so perfect, and he had no idea about the world until he met Meghan, and now he understands. She opened his eyes. I forget exactly what he said. That's basically what he said. He did say she saved him, and went on to idolize her as being so perfect. Fawning over her, and like a cult member fawns over their cult leader, right? I mean, everybody's saying the same thing. So Harry seems brainwashed, and drugged up, and this person looks brainwashed and drugged up. So he's concerned. He wants Harry out of there, out of Montecito, out of Meghan's grip for a little bit. So there is a move of him wanting to see how bad the situation is with Harry. And that might be also the Temperance thing. Now, we're asking why he invited them. Temperance is a healing card, wanting to heal his son and heal relationships. But basically, I think he's most concerned about healing his son's mental health, mental and emotional well-being there. Because I do think he is concerned that the Queen of Swords up here, the bitch up here, which I think is Meghan, is controlling him, and it's quite obvious from Harry's interviews that something's not right upstairs with Harry. He's really not doing well. So he also wants to see how Harry's doing and see how his thinking is and see what's going on there. So how is Harry and Meghan affecting King Charles right now? I get the Empress. Major Arcana. So that's the mother, of course, which you could look at as, Meghan playing games with the children, and the fact that I heard that Meghan was somehow trying to blackmail or do something, to throw off the coronation or something, because the coronation falls on Archie's birthday or something. Although I really don't think a birthday party for Archie is going to overshadow a coronation. But, who knows? Meghan is going to try to pull some kind of stunt, I'm sure. And if she doesn't get something special for Archie's birthday, and she might just, I don't know what, who knows that crazy witch will do. So yeah, he's affected, and I think he wants to see the children. And of course, those children are the major point of contention here, right? Where did those children come from? Who gave birth to them? And, Lady C keeps talking about a surprise coming up this year, and I suspect it's going to be something to do with the birth certificates or etc., something along those, be exposed, finally exposing Meghan as the non-mother she is. Yeah. But he is very affected by Harry and Meghan, as can be expected by the Major Arcana. He knows that if they're not there, the press is going to be talking about why are Harry and Meghan not there, and etc. And that'll be, of course, constantly brought up. So I think he wants them there, have them under his control, be able to control how much they're able to steal the show or not steal the show. Kind of like the way they were handled at the Jubilee, right? They were handled pretty well at the Jubilee. They were kept, in the background where they belonged and off the balcony. So, yeah. So I do get with the, Knight of Wands reversed, Um, now, what he doesn't want, Knight of Cups, I'm also getting that, he's not inviting them out of the goodness of his own heart, even though he wants this to be a day of celebration. He wants to make sure also that they're not drugged up and drinking as well or doing something else. I'm getting a lot of concern for his son and his son's status health-wise and the children. Uh, it's been said that, the king could, now I don't necessarily see this here, but I do get the idea with the Empress, with the children, that, if they are under the influence and that their parenting put in question, that could be grounds for the children being taken away, right? Just saying, might be on the mind there. So I'm getting the vibe that he wants to monitor things, and this is a great way to get the temperature of the situation of what's going on with them and the family and whatnot. And so what next step are available to him. But his main concern, I think, is Harry and Harry's state of mind or lack thereof. The lack of his mind. Yeah, and how crazy he's gotten. Like, how crazy is Harry? And how much has Meghan brainwashed him that he still thinks that she's his mother, it's crazy stuff. You just can't make it up. So, yeah. But he wants them there. He does want them there for sure. So what's Charles going to do next? Eight of Wands. So he's going to be going back and forth with the media and using the media to send them messages, as well as them, the way they do it too. They send messages with the media with their puff pieces and whatnot. So he's going to respond to them and continue the back and forth until things get settled. He's giving them a taste of their own medicine, and he's, doing what they're doing a little bit with their own puff pieces. He did, as everyone knows, he updated the website to reflect the prince and princess, titles, as to encourage them to visit. I think that he's trying to basically lure them over. He wants to bring them over. He wants to keep them close. He wants to see what's going on with them. Because they could either make or break his big day as far as the publicity goes. And he knows that. Eight of Wands. He's very careful with that. So in the long term, how is this going to go? Oh, my. Wheel of Fortune reversed. Major Arcana. So I see things not going as expected. I see something unexpected and unpleasant happening regarding, now again, this is not regarding his coronation, but regarding his inviting Harry and Meghan. So perhaps they say they're going to come, but then they don't come at the last minute, or something happens to ruin his day otherwise. Yeah, I don't think that all right, I kind of see this as Harry and Meghan doing something that Charles doesn't expect, him and his team. Because, Meghan is the most conniving, controlling, manipulative person who thinks of every little way of screwing somebody over, particularly somebody she doesn't like. And of course, we know she has it out right now. Her and Harry have it out for Camilla and Charles, right? So I see this as Harry and Meghan like doing something with the PR, the media, just like they just had Fulani Ngozi come out again and say she didn't like her apology. I see them doing something along those lines, but maybe something different this time. Let me see if I can figure out. But something in the media, something spreading some nasty gossip. I get, okay. The Two of Wands reversed. So again, the media, putting something out in the media, accusing them of racism again of some sort, and not supporting Harry and Meghan, and being, doing something or other. They got to twist this again against him, use it against him somehow. and use some kind of unexpected, incident at the coronation to whip up the media against him, right? Just like Felicity Ngozi did with Lady Hussey. Um, I think that Meghan and her team are going to attack some member of the royal family and use something to misinterpret and whip up a new claims of racism or something, or some other fallacy that Harry and Meghan and their PR team. So I do see something, Meghan and Harry pulling their old tricks there. Yeah, so it's not over. Meghan's gonna continue her attacks, and uh, I don't think she'll, in any way overshadow the day, but I think that she will do something to detract to a certain extent, and it will make King Charles very unhappy. But she's going to do that anyways. She's going to ruin the day somehow. She wants to do something. She'll think of something surprising and unexpected. Because there's no low that Meghan will not go to dominate the news stories. And King Charles is all too aware of that. But again, I'm getting that King Charles's main concern is his son's health and well-being, and, for the most part, as far as they're concerned, and not ruining his day. Yeah, that as well. Trying to keep them under control. So I think that he is trying to control the damage, but damage will still be done by Harry and Meghan for sure. Yeah, because they have this whole BLM team network of people. It's huge. So there's no escaping the abuse that will be forthcoming. The strategic, coordinated onslaught of BLM, Antifa, global army there that will be bashing and criticizing King Charles and the royal family all throughout, because that's what they're doing. And then Harry and Meghan are with them. Yeah. So that is what I see. So I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.